Hi everybody, thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to make a cornbread dressing because I usually make it the day before Thanksgiving and the day before Christmas, and I let it sit in the refrigerator overnight so all the ingredients can emerge together. It just tastes better that way to me, but I didn't want to wait that long to do a video for anybody who may be looking for a way to cook it. The way I do it's pretty simple. It's good, and I've got some cornbread right now because I'm just going to make a small one for dinner tonight. I've got my cornbread made. I've got a whole chicken boiling with salt, pepper, garlic, onion powder, and 2 whole onions in it right now. I'm fixing to cut up my green onion and my celery, and as soon as I get done with that, I'll come back. Okay, I've got my butter heating up, and I've got my celery and my onions cut up. My chicken's still boiling, and I am fixing to put my celery and onions in my butter. And I'm sauteing it because it gets done a lot faster. Some people boil it in the chicken water, but once it's done, I will put it in my broth. And I've got some better than bouillon for chicken. Let me salt and pepper this real good. And like I said, I'm just making a small one for the holidays. I usually make 2 great big pans of it. And I've got me some cranberry sauce. I need to put that in the refrigerator. And like I said, I like to do this the night before Thanksgiving and the night before Christmas. And I just put it in the pan and I set it in the refrigerator. And about an hour before we eat, I like to stick it in the oven and let it cook. In a minute, I'll get my chicken out and set it on a platter so I can let it cool off a little bit so I can debone it. But I'm going to let this cook. I know y'all don't need to be watching. You don't want to watch it. And I will be back. My celery and onions are getting done. I'm fixing to take my chicken out of the water. And I put a lid on my chicken so that the water doesn't all cook out of it and that it gets done quicker. But I'm not in a hurry for it to get done. It'll probably fall apart, and it's going to, but that's okay. And I will pick all the meat off of this, and I will put it, I'm going to crumble up my cornbread in a big mixing bowl. There's a lot of onion in there. I've always used a whole chicken for this. You want all the fat you can get. Fat's flavor. So if used to whole chickens were inexpensive, but that's not so much the case anymore. But I guess you could do thighs or breast as long as they're bone in and skin on. I want to make sure I've got all the bones out of here. I don't want to leave my onion in. Okay, now I'm going to put my celery and my green onions in here in my broth for some more flavor. And like I said, I will use better than bouillon for flavor. You can just use chicken bouillon if you'd like. God, this smells so good. I put my cranberry in my refrigerator. I want to try to make some homemade cranberry sauce for Christmas or Thanksgiving and Christmas. If it's good Thanksgiving, I'll make it Christmas too. And I'll record it. Okay, I'm going to let my chicken cool down so I can debone it. And I'm going to crumble up my cornbread. And I'll be back. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and crumble up my cornbread in a big mixing bowl. I made 2 cake pans of it. My hands are clean. This is just the best way to do it. I made my list for Thanksgiving dinner. I'm going to make some sweet potato pies and pumpkin pies and pecan pies and vanilla wafer cake. But I don't wait till Thanksgiving to make mine. I'm going to start doing it probably this weekend so that we can enjoy them up to the holidays. So we're not trying to eat everything at once. Okay, I got that good and crumbled. I use Martha White cornmeal. Yeah, Martha White. Cornmeal mix. Start deboning my chicken. And the hardest part is over. Once you get your cornbread done, your celery cooked, your chicken cooked, and everything, you just put it together. And I'll be back. Okay, I am not putting all this chicken in here. It's just a lot of chicken. So with what I don't use, I'm going to make a chicken salad with it. So I've got my chicken broth here, got my cornbread here, and I got my chicken here. And I'm going to go ahead and put some chicken in it. And I'm going to kind of pull it. Some people like chunks in it, so I'll put some chunks in it. I'll set my chicken aside. And like I said, I put 2 big onions in my chicken whenever I was boiling it. Let me get a thing to stab this down with. Because you don't want it dry. You don't want it too wet. But you put it in the oven and it's going to cook. I'm going to salt and pepper it. And I'm going to put me some MSG in it. MSG makes everything better. It just enhances the flavor so much more. There it is. I think that's enough broth. And I got my baking dish out that I'm going to cook it in. might be too big. But like I said, I'm going to put this in the refrigerator until we're ready to, I'll put it in. Let's see, what time is it? It's time to cook dinner. So I'll go ahead and put it in the oven. Let me taste it. It's not hard to make. It's a little time consuming, but it's worth it. A little bit more salt and pepper. And I think I will put some more chicken in it. Yeah, I don't want to waste that juice. It tastes really good. Some people toast bread and put it in there. I don't feel the need to do that. It's just good like this. But you do you. And I will help you do you. If you want me to. More MSG. It tastes really good. And I'm not just saying that because I made it. I got me a Christmas baking dish out. And I do have some bread pudding in the oven for dinner tonight. And I'm going to throw this in here. Don't flip it all over, Ruby. Fortunately, I've not made a mess today. I'm surprised. And like I said, I'll let it cook for about an hour till it gets brown. And I'm going to do some research on the best way to save that broth. Because Thanksgiving's 2 weeks from today. And I'll probably need to freeze it. I don't want to put it in the refrigerator for 2 weeks. It's chicken. And that fit perfect. I made 2 cake pans, 2 round cake pans of cornbread. And it's gonna be good. I don't put boiled eggs in mine. Some people do that. Okay. And that's what it looks like. And after it cooks and I get it out, I will bring it back to you. On the chicken broth, I did some research, and you can store it 2 to 4 days in the refrigerator and up to 4 months in the freezer. So I'm going to put it in Ziploc baggies and lay it flat and put it in my freezer, and that way I'll have it. I took it out of the oven. It's brown around the edges. I got a serving spoon in it because we're fixing to eat. And it's brown on top, and it's very heavy. I made a chicken salad out of the leftover chicken. And I'm fixing to go get my family to come and eat. If you hadn't hit that subscribe button, please do. Hit the notification bell if you'd like to be notified when I upload a video. Thanks for joining me. You have a nice evening. Good night.